So you have been thinking of moving to Cambridge, Ontario, and you're asking yourself, what are some of the things that I should know before I move to Cambridge? Then this video is for you. I'm going to lay out some important things that you should know to help you better prepare yourself with your move to Cambridge or for the broader Waterloo region. These are honestly some of the things that I wish I had known before me and my family made our move back in days from Mississauga to Cambridge, because many of these things we caught ourselves by not so pleasant surprise after moving here in Cambridge. So you do want to stick around as we get right into it. Hello there, if this is your first time to this channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living in and around Cambridge, Waterloo, then subscribe below, tap on the bell for notification so you can be the first to learn about the current market in and around Cambridge, Waterloo. My name is Dixit. I'm a local real estate agent serving Cambridge, Waterloo and surrounding areas. I do get calls, text, emails from people just like you who are looking for help in making their move in and around Kitchener, and I absolutely love it. So whether you're thinking of moving in 9 days or 90 days, be sure to reach out. Give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, or you can even schedule a Zoom call. All the info right below in the description. I'll be more than happy to help you make a smooth move in and around Kitchener. One thing you will note here after moving to Cambridge is that the water tends to be very hard and heavy with lots of minerals. And part of the reason for that is in Cambridge, we do rely on groundwater source as to get our water. Now, unlike that, many towns close to Lake Ontario and those of you around the lakes, you will be getting your water from surface level water. So the water tend to be not as heavy with minerals. When it's coming from the ground, you will get a lot of heavy and hardness in the water. Now, the way around it is to invest in a good water softener. I mean, many of the resale homes you will see here will have water softeners installed through the water main line. So, water will tend to be pretty soft and you can get around that hard water problem. If you don't have one and if you need to get one, you can either rent it or buy it. I mean, rental will cost you around $30 to $40 per month. Buying a water softener, you're looking at about $1,000 to $1,500 on an average for a water softener to get it installed. But like I said, there is a way around it, but just prepare yourself. It's not recommended to use the hard water. The part of the problem is when you run the dishwasher cycle, you will see those white stains as a residue. And when you're even washing your hand or drinking your water, I mean, digesting that water will be pretty difficult. So recommended that you do have a water softener when you move here in Cambridge or for the Waterloo region as a whole. The other thing you will note here in Cambridge as you move here and start getting yourself around the town is we do have a lot of roundabouts across the town and across the Waterloo region. And that's one thing definitely we found to our surprise when we moved here in Cambridge. But the way to go about it is always yield to the vehicles in the roundabout and you will never get yourself in trouble. And once you go through it a couple times, get around it, you will definitely get a good hang of it. But the idea was emerged in the early 2000s by the region to with a good thought in mind to better protect the environment, reduce the idling at the signal. But the recent growth in population and traffic we have seen in the region as a whole is actually reconsidering the safety and the practicality of those roundabouts. So we might eventually end up getting rid of them and having signals instead. But hey, if you're planning to move anytime soon, well, you're gonna have to deal with those roundabouts. But like I said, once you go through it a couple times, you'll get a good hang of it. The other thing worth noting is Cambridge does get a handful of snow and cold during those winter months. And I can tell you it's pretty harsh at times. And even if you're moving from Toronto, you will see a material difference in the weather patterns during the winter especially. I mean, summer you won't mind as much, but during the winter, I mean, even today I'm recording as of December 1st week in 2023 this video, and right now there is about 2 to 4 centimeter snow in the afternoon, 1 to 3 centimeter in the evening. While I check the weather for Toronto right now, they don't have any snow during the day. In the evening, less than 1 centimeter of snow. So you see the stark difference. We are just 1 hour west of Toronto, but you can see the material difference in the weather patterns. You will definitely find a lot more snow to deal with. Definitely invest yourself in a good snowblower or, prepare yourself to shovel a lot of snow here in Cambridge. And the cold airs during the winter, it can be very cold and harsh at times. And I've mentioned over and over again, part of the reason for that is the fact that we in Cambridge, Waterloo as a whole, we are pretty much landlocked. Like we don't have any major water bodies around us other than the Grand River bits and pieces, but we don't have lakes. That lake effect that you get to moderate the humidity and temperatures, we don't have that advantage, unlike our peers along the Lake Ontario. So that's part of the reason you have to deal with a lot of snow and cold living here in Cambridge. At least now you know. So hopefully you'll be better prepared mentally to deal with it as you move here. Let's talk about the job situation here in Cambridge. I mean, if you're planning to, move here in Cambridge and the goal is obviously to find work locally, I have to tell you, like Cambridge, predominantly some of the primary industries where majority of the jobs are consist of things like manufacturing, supply chain, logistics, a bunch of warehouses, transportation, and you have a handful of skilled trades jobs as well. But other than those primary industries for the city, other occupations will have limited job opportunities available within the town. Having said that, if you are open to a daily commute to the nearby town, that's where things get really good for you. I mean, if you're open to commuting to Kitchener or Waterloo on one end, or let's say to Guelph on the other end, definitely your options will get much better compared to just looking for work locally in Cambridge. And that's what majority of the people we see doing. I mean, within the Waterloo region and Guelph, you will see a lot of people commuting in between those towns for their daily commute and for work. So just prepare yourself to have that 20 to 25 minutes commute. Hopefully you won't have to commute to Toronto for work. And if you do have to do that, you don't want to stick close to that pocket of, where you have close access to 401. And that still won't be as bad. I mean, you're looking at an hour commute without traffic to the Toronto downtown if you have to do that. But I really hope you don't have to do that because there's barely a day where there's no traffic heading to Toronto. So that's a food for thought. When you're looking for a job, just be prepared to have at least 20 to 25 minute commute. That will give you a decent amount of work options within the region as a whole. This one kind of caught my family by surprise when we moved back in days. When it comes to things to do in Cambridge, your options are very, very limited. I can tell you the nightlife here in Cambridge, virtually non-existent. Shopping and dining, you do have a few options. They're decent as well. But, if you are really looking for some better options, you will have to travel to Kitchener or Waterloo. I mean, if I were to look at dining options, Cambridge has a couple of good fine dine restaurants, a few casual dining, and some hyper-local restaurants in southern end as you head to Galt area, like downtown Cambridge area. But, there's one mall called Cambridge Centre right across 401 and Hespeler Road on the kind of north end of Cambridge. But other than that, you won't have a lot of options. So compared to that, if you were to head to Waterloo, your options for dining are plenty and they are so much more diverse. So that's where you will see things more, hyped and, happening places in comparison to Cambridge. So Cambridge is still that quiet and suburban town. It's nothing as compared to some of the big towns you might be moving from. So just don't get yourself into that cultural shock. Now you know that, Cambridge is very limited in terms of things to do out and about. I mean, nature, there's plenty. You will enjoy yourself in lots of natural areas and green spaces for things to do outdoors, such as hiking, biking, fishing, picnic areas, all those things. But other than that, if you're looking for something more specific, your options in Cambridge will be very limited. Cambridge has definitely seen an increase in student population over time, especially in the recent past since COVID days. Thanks to the Conestoga College, which does attract a handful of international students every year. And, the fact that many parts of Cambridge are actually closely located and making it easy to commute by public transit from Cambridge, makes it a preferred choice for many students wanting to live close to the college campus. So, I mean, there's nothing negative as such I want to highlight about the student population. It's just that, many people moving from outside where they've not seen as much of a student population might catch them by surprise. So just prepare yourself to be around a lot of students, especially if you are in one of those pockets close to the college and that's where you're living. I mean, you will definitely find them around quite a lot. But that's just a simple fact to be mindful of. And here's an interesting fact about Cambridge. Apparently, the town of Cambridge is one of the youngest in the region. Unlike its peers, Kitchener and Waterloo, which has been around some time, the town of Cambridge was formed officially in 1973 as a result of combining a few townships of Preston, Galt, Hespeler, Blair, and a small portion of other townships around it. So that's why you will see, even to date, or if you were to be on the north end of Cambridge, Hespeler has its own cute little charming downtown. And as you come south, we have another Cambridge downtown. Basically, that's where the Galt is. So that's the reason why you see all these townships used to be having their own small downtown and their own history and charm to it. But now, as a result of the amalgamation, now we use them more as a neighborhoods or pockets when we talk about Cambridge. So that's what it is. Just a little bit of just a small interesting fact worth noting. Now, if there is anything in particular that I missed and you would like others to know, especially the ones who are looking to move to Cambridge, feel free to comment and share below in the comments so others can know as well, and it'll at the least help them better prepared with their move to Cambridge. But nonetheless, if you are thinking of moving to Cambridge, Waterloo, be sure to reach out. You can give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, or even schedule a Zoom call. All the info right below in the description. I'll be more than happy to help you and your family with your move to Cambridge, Waterloo, and surrounding towns. Until next time, well, I do hope to show you around town.